Alright, what's going on, guys? Adam and Kyle here, and welcome to another episode of another fucking podcast.
What episode is this?
Episode 2, officially, I believe.
Now let's explain that.
Alright, so we've actually twice now recorded episode 2.
This is actually like episode 5.
Yeah, no, deadass. So, we started with episode 0, then the second one we recorded is episode 1, which is already uploaded. Yes, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and go watch it.
Go watch it.
And the third episode, episode 2, is supposed to be about conspiracy theories, which we actually recorded 2 times.
Yeah, I'm over it at this point.
Yeah, so the first one, we had one of Kyle's friends who, no offense, Liam, he was an awful podcast host. He sat back on our couch. He barely talked. He played Twitter videos in the middle of it.
Yeah, he didn't get the vibe of how
partway through, he was like, yo, I'm hungry. I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
And then the second one.
And presume to stand up and leave.
Yeah. And the second one got a little heated, and the audio had a super annoying high-pitched ring the entire time. That was with my friend Connor. So we're going to go ahead and scrap that one.
Me and the last guest did not get along on many things.
Well, it's conspiracy theories. It's something that... we were expecting conflicting viewpoints. The main issue was that it was a super high-pitched audio ringing in the background.
Right.
So we decided that we were going to scrap those completely. Maybe in the future we'll do a conspiracy theory episode, but also for now...
At this point, it seems like the best podcasts come from just me and Adam.
Yeah, so until we get like another mic or something, a better setup, we are going to keep it to just us two. Or 2 people, because Kyle's going to go to college soon. Less than 2 weeks, right?
What's the date of today? The 12th?
Today is the 12th.
1 week, exactly.
Damn. 19th. All right. You go back to 19th.
So hopefully if we plan this out well, we'll have a couple podcasts.
Yeah. We'll try to get drunk on weeknights. It's a Monday night right now. So hopefully we'll get drunk on weeknights and be able to record a few episodes. But I hope that you're aware. I'm going to have to record episodes when you're not here.
Right.
And I'd prefer to not do it alone, so I'm probably going to have people come on.
We should try to figure out a way that I can come and do audio where the audio picks up perfectly.
Yeah.
You're hearing me on
We might be able to do FaceTime, honestly.
Yeah, you're hearing me on FaceTime, but
yeah, we'll have to test it out, but yeah. I would be down with that.
Also,
when news... before you leave, we need to get Brian Callow.
Right.
Brian, if you're watching this podcast, we are very, very serious.
Yeah.
About getting you on this bitch. I just hit your DMs, I think. No, I didn't. Hold on.
If you are confused who Brian Callow is, he's one of my good friends most of my teenage life.
And he's been a good family friend. I don't even have a problem saying I think he might be one of Northern Virginia's best up-and-coming rappers.
Definitely Northern Virginia. I thought you were going to say one of the best rappers.
Oh,
no offense, Brian, you're not there yet, and you know that.
Yeah,
but
he's working on it.
If we're
everyone's got to start somewhere, bro.
Yeah, if we're talking about Nova SoundCloud rappers, oh yeah,
he's literally getting hundreds of thousands of listens on his Spotify.
That's definitely.
I only listen to things on Spotify, so he might be blowing up even more on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
I only listen on Spotify, and compared to the other 3 Northern Virginia rappers I know, who are getting less than 1,000, and he's getting hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, he's definitely the biggest,
and he makes good ass music.
Us. Yeah, he's definitely the biggest rapper.
I'm not even gonna fuck around. People so he had controversial past, which we're not going to discuss too much in this podcast.
Well, let's not hype him up too much right now. Let's save it for the podcast.
I know. I just want to say
that I don't want to get people excited for the podcast if it doesn't work out.
It's going to work out. All right. I am 100% positive that we will get him on this podcast
within the week.
Not within a week, but we will get him on.
True.
Because
definitely.
He's living in the West Coast, I think, right now. He used to live in Northern Virginia, but I think he moved to pursue music, obviously. If you're going to pursue music, you want to go to California. That just makes sense. So,
and that's when Daddy went to California.
We kind of got
to CD and met Dr. Dre.
Exactly.
And Mom out to see me.
So we got to wait until he comes back to Northern Virginia if he's not here right now.
Right.
But we'll play a clip at some point, probably when we do his episode. Kyle and I DM'd him, and he said that he'd come on, and when that happened, Kyle and I like shit ourselves like little schoolgirls, bro.
Even though he's been my friend for a long time.
I know, but it was just so exciting because it was after we recorded our first podcast, and we were super excited about the first one, and we were like, who the fuck can we get on this podcast? The only person that we know that has a high likelihood of becoming famous is Brian. So we'll show that clip whenever it actually makes sense.
So I'm thinking like our normal views right now are like 30 people. I'm thinking like that one we're like guaranteed like 1,000.
1,000?
1,000.
Bro, I was gonna say like 80.
No, I'm thinking 1,000.
I
think we could do 80 on our own.
You think we could do a concert in our basement?
We ain't set up for that, but maybe.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah.
I had got so many questions for him, though. I am actually excited.
No, that's going to be a fun one, but regardless, this one's going to be a fun one, too.
Yeah, hell no. Hell yeah. All of them going to be excited.
So, let's
Hold
explain.
on, I just want to say one more thing. Brian, if you do come, you got to be prepared to drink, because Kyle and I preface every single podcast we play Beerio Kart.
Yeah.
Which, I want...
Yeah, that was the segment I was trying to get into. Explain what the future of this podcast, the plan should turn into.
Okay, so I have two thought processes.
Well, they also know that Beerio Kart is a big part of this.
Yeah, that's how every single one of our podcasts starts if we play Beerio Kart.
Should we explain what Beerio Kart is for the
go
new viewers?
For it.
Okay, so what Beerio Kart is it's basically the best drinking game ever.
Which we are going to have a podcast about the best drinking games coming up.
Right. But the undeclared so far winner in both of our heads is Beerio Kart. And what it is it's just simple Mario Kart. However, each race, it's sober, drink. So alternating races. We're not drinking that heavy. But so a full race and it's one beer. So you have to from 3, 2, 1 start until you finish, one beer has to be finished. However, you can't drink and drive, meaning while you're driving, pressing A, you can't be drinking.
While your car is moving.
Yeah, while your car is moving. And you also can't be drinking when, say, like a bullet bill is going or you have fallen off. You have to be fully stopped on the map to be drinking. And that's how we start every podcast. We get a couple rounds in, and it just gets us ready for the game.
We get fucking drunk. Kyle said it's not heavy drinking. You have to finish a beer within the 2-minute race. So it's 2 minutes of fast drinking, 2 minutes of non-drinking, 2 minutes of fast drinking, 2 minutes of non-drinking. So you get drunk pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, you do.
What have I been through? I've been through 6 or 7 beers tonight, and I'm
very effective
definitely feeling it.
It's a very effective way to
It's by far my favorite. Yeah. But I watched this YouTuber named TWD98, I think. There's some numbers after it, but
it'll be in the description.
Yeah, what's up? No, we'll put them because then I can tag them in the. Right. I could put them in the tags. So, watch it. Troy, if you want to come on this podcast, bro, then let us know. But he does basically modded Mario Kart, so it's on the Wii, but there's a way that you can mod it so you get over 250 tracks. So the original Mario Kart Wii has 32 tracks, right? You can get over 250. It does a bunch of DS, GameCube, Nintendo 64.
It's basically every map that Nintendo has officially put out.
For the most part. It doesn't have every single one. Yeah. I'd say it has 90% of them.
Okay, so 90% of every track that Nintendo has officially put out on a Mario Kart game, plus hundreds, a majority are fan-made. But we've just played a bunch, and the fan-made ones, some of them suck, obviously.
Yeah.
But some of them were pretty damn good.
Yeah, and it's just a change of pace, because Kyle and I play it basically every single night.
Pretty much a couple of weeks. There's been like a month of this summer that was.
Yeah, we played a month probably every single night. But it's when you're going through the same 32 tracks, it gets super boring. Yeah. So,
and it finally we were getting like it's always been first or second. Either me or Adam are getting first or second. Usually Adam because he's better. But this time, finally, me and Adam weren't just getting first and second and cocking on all the...
Yeah, because we have, like, a lot of the maps don't even have arrows on where to turn, and you just get fucked over.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'd rather have something different and fun than to do nothing. Also, since we are 10 minutes into this episode, I do want to point out that we don't have a face cam this time.
Right.
We think that it's... we want to have a face cam, but we would rather be more comfortable with the fact of having a face cam. Also, I did a Twitter poll. If you're not following me on Twitter already, it's in the description. But
mine is as well.
Sure, we'll put yours in there too. But most people said that they listen to podcasts on Spotify, which is something I want to do. They just have different audio kind of regulations that that you need to abide by,
right,
which we don't do in our YouTube videos. So we're going to focus on doing it, upload it to YouTube with a picture of us, and then also upload it to Spotify.
And right now with YouTube, I feel like YouTube is more easy to monetize than Spotify. I don't really know how Spotify works, but we're also not trying to, well, we're not getting enough views to get monetized, but that's really isn't our goal right now.
Which it doesn't really matter because my YouTube channel doesn't get monetized anyway, so
yeah,
we're literally just
really
doing this for fun so our friends can listen to it and be like, oh shit, what's up? I know these guys.
And like from the first podcast, we had these conversations and we were like, hey, fuck it. These are good conversations.
Exactly, because Kyle and I mean, we've said it probably on both of our past podcasts, but we just sit down here and talk about shit. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times Kyle will start talking and I'll be like, hold it. Keep that thought. We're going to use this for an episode of our podcast.
Right.
So that's actually what was happening today. So Kyle and I...
Mm-hmm. This is an unplanned podcast. And
it was. The best. We weren't... So my mom actually got mad because last time we recorded a podcast, which you guys didn't even get to hear, Kyle got way too drunk and broke a plate and a bunch of other stuff, was just super loud.
Including my phone.
Yeah, he broke his phone as well, broke a plate.
I now have a shitty phone.
Hey, it's my old phone.
Yeah, and it sucks. That's why it's your old phone.
It doesn't even get it doesn't get Wi-Fi or data in our basement.
And apparently in our entire house we have one bar of Wi-Fi, even though in my room is the router.
Yeah. So we're trying to slow down on the weeknight episodes or recordings because all of them are uploaded on Saturdays. But we're trying to slow down on the weeknight recordings, but our mom is not here until Thursday night. She's on vacation, so
prepare for some Blackout podcasts.
Yeah, facts.
From Kyle.
Big old facts. You have to wake up. You have work at 7 tomorrow, though.
I do, and tomorrow's my second to last day. And the owner actually came in, and there's at my work, I work at Tropical Smoothie, and I have the rep of kissing the owner, who is not always there. The manager is always there.
On her fatitas.
I have the rep of kissing her ass and being the owner's little...
I thought you meant literally kissing her.
No. I have the rep of being
You got a little brown shit on your nose.
Yeah, I have the rep of being the brown noser and being the teacher's pet. However, at work, people like to give me shit for it. But when she comes in and she throws a fit at everyone, she'll yell at everyone and she'll be like, Kyle, you're doing great. And then there's like 6 college students that are leaving and going to college. And I'm one of them. And today I was like, hey, do I get a going away present? She's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, come on, I'm leaving. Can I get a going away present? And she's like, okay, you know what? Yes, I have something for you. And she dug into her little bag that she always is carrying around that holds all her papers and stuff. It's basically her briefcase for work. And she's like, shit, I don't have it, but okay, yes, I will give you something. And then my friend who's working there too goes, wait, can I get something? And she goes, Andrew. And she goes, no.
I mean, you've been working there for what, 5 years?
3.
3?
3. Yeah.
Didn't you start in high school?
Yes.
Senior year? Oh, true.
I started.
So this would be your
beginning
fourth
of
year.
Senior year, yeah.
Okay.
It's like 3.5 right now.
Yeah. So
basically,
basically
I've been
close to
working
4.
there for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. So she better bless your shit, bro.
But there's also people that have been working there for like 2.5, and she's not giving them anything.
Yeah.
But I do know what it is, and it's pretty dope. So, by any means, Adam, you know what I think we're ready for?
I think I know what you're referring to.
I think we're ready for the newest installment of our segment of Bing Bong, Bing Bong, Bing Bong.
It's not a new installment. We had it last episode. It's literally our only segment. So
yeah, but we're still working on establishing it.
Yeah, that's true. If you guys don't know what it is, Bing Bong, Bing Bong, Bing Bong means that we are going to chug for 5 seconds. So it's a Saturday afternoon when we upload this, depending on when you're watching it. Actually, it doesn't matter when you're watching it. Pause this video if you don't have alcohol in you right now and get ready to chug 5 seconds with us, because this podcast is all about getting drunk, having fun, and having conversations. So if you're not getting drunk and having fun and thinking of your own conversations, then you're doing it wrong. So
when you hear that Bing Bong, Bing Bong,
we're chugging for 5 seconds, bitches.
Let's go.
Also, I think it's a good time to shout out our hopeful future sponsor again. Yes. Natty Light, you're coming out with a seltzer.
Yes, they are.
What better way to promote the seltzer than to get on a podcast that gets like 20 views?
Send us one.
Yeah, there's no better way. It doesn't come out until the end of the month. I'm literally going to tweet this at Natty Light. If we could get a seltzer before they become public, I'll shit myself on camera. I'm not even kidding.
I will drive back home.
I'll shit myself on camera.
And that's a promise.
That is a...
What?
That's another fucking podcast promise. We could just abbreviate it to AFP.
AFP, I like that.
Yeah, so do I. Because I saved my file as AFP episode 2. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense if we ever make like merch or anything. Yeah. AFP, because people can AFP? People can wear it and not other people won't know that it's another fucking podcast. Like it. So it works.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go off of what you were saying about your 3.5 year anniversary with Tropical Smoothie. You and I are also both on our own anniversary of sorts. We are on
sadly.
We are on our 2 days of no juuling.
Yes.
Which,
if you guys don't know us well, which most of our viewers at this point do, but if you guys don't know us well, we are
addicted to juuling / nicotine.
Yeah, we have very addictive personalities, and we fell into juuling hard. A lot of our friends fell off it, but me and Adam have both been very addicted to it. So, what did you want to talk about?
I mean, so we wanted to have like not for every episode, but for some episodes, we want to have a lesson to teach people. So
I think the most recent one did have a lesson, but this is our like 5th podcast.
Yeah. So not every subject will have a lesson.
Yeah,
but
our last one didn't, but this is the most recent one you'll hear, which also has a message.
Yeah, so we want to talk about, I mean, the ending lesson is going to be you don't need.
Well, what I want to get across to is mostly to the people that do have addictive personalities, and that's mainly what I am trying to go for.
Kyle and I both have super addictive personalities. Yeah. It's in our family bloodline.
In addictive personality doesn't mean anything. I was addicted to working out and dieting.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Every single thing I do is.
And yeah,
I like to think.
I wish I got addicted to working out. I wouldn't have fucking man titties anymore.
I like to think of it more as a obsessive personality. Because certain things, I don't think it's an addict. I think it's more of obsessive.
But like, if you look at our family line, we have
alcoholics. Everyone in our family.
Grandpa died from alcoholism. We've had people die from smoking. Other people have died from drinking. We have people who are still alive who are addicted to smoking and drinking.
Yeah.
So
we're talking 3-4 packs a day.
Yeah, easily. So it's something that we're both very aware of, that we have this in our genes, but it's still
regardless of knowing about it, it's still something that, like, okay, you can know about it, but it's still something you're going to struggle with.
Yeah, so, I mean, I won't lie. I 100% had a problem with juuling, / still do, because
100.
I feel like shit. I literally almost cried in the car because I don't know. I was going through mood swings, and all I felt was just, like, hopelessness.
Yeah, the past 2 days I've been depressed, and I was like, why am I depressed all of a sudden? And then I realized what's different in my life. I took away juuling.
I literally snapped some of my friends. I was like, I feel like crying right now, but have no reason to. And then I was like, I do have a reason to. I'm fucking going through withdrawal, which is some shit.
Yeah.
But I'm also not... I have a problem with drinking.
It's all... Yeah.
I think... Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, I was saying yeah as in me too.
Okay.
No, I 100%.
I was going to say, bro. But...
No.
I mean, at least that it's not... Like, alcoholism isn't killing you until you're doing...
Right.
Until you're blacking out every single night, which Kyle and I don't do.
And I think my alcohol is not as bad
as it could
nicotine.
Be. Oh no, not at all.
Because I can go multiple days. Like, I can go a day without craving it.
Yeah. How many pods were you going through a day?
Less than one.
Less than one? I was going through 2 pods a day.
I was able to. I would wake up and with a quarter pod, and then I would go to bed with a quarter pod, and that's how I would do it. Dude. So each day I would wake up with a quarter pod, finish the pod, pop a new one, and end with a quarter pod the next day.
I was going through at least a pod and a half a day.
So technically 1 pod a day.
Yeah.
Right.
I was going through at least a pod and a half a day. Usually 2, which...
See, I wasn't there yet.
Kyle and I, when we both planned on quitting juuling.
Right.
Mainly I think I planned on quitting juuling, and I was like, there's no way that I'm going to quit if I'm the one buying you pods and you have a Juul and pods in our house.
Yeah, because it's easier, because for me, I want to hear your standpoint, but I feel like it's easier to grasp my standpoint first. Right now, Virginia switched it to 21. So for me, Adam switching from not juuling has made it so much easier, because I have to ask Adam to buy me pods.
Yeah. And
so I don't have the ability to just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go buy pods. I have to go through Adam to get through to pods.
I just needed someone. I mean, if I had a Juul and a pod here, I would have had no chance. But the last night that I juuled, I threw my Juul away before my last night because Kyle still had his Juul and I had 2 pods left.
Right.
And you had a full pod. In one night we went through 3 pods.
But they also were...
They were super leaky.
And we were sharing
them. So it was like within like an hour we were out of a pod.
sharing them with more than just us.
Yeah. But still, we went through 3 pods. Yeah, I know. But still, we went through 3 pods in the course of like
a day
6 hours.
Yeah.
A day and a half? It was like 6 hours. Your original pod probably went through within like a 6-hour span. Yeah. And then our last 2 pods we went through like 3 hours. That was also heavy drinking. We were drinking heavily, and there was probably 4 or 5 people hitting them.
Everyone listening to this, Juuls, and you know, even if you're not addicted, when is the most time you want a Juul? When you're drunk.
Exactly. I'm craving it so badly right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's just back to our topic that...
Yeah, no, so
you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like the...
You just got to be aware.
Yeah.
Reason...
And you have to... What I've realized is when, like I said, I was feeling depressed, and I was like... And until I realized, I was like, dang, like, why am I feeling depressed all of a sudden? Like, am I going through depression? Like, what? Like, what's going on? And then I was like, what's different? And I was like, oh, no, I'm just probably feeling low because I just cut something out of my brain that's like affecting it so much.
You also gotta like, until you're aware of it, you're not gonna fix it. You're not gonna change. Mm-hmm. You gotta have something that. So my thing was, I always wanted to quit when I graduated. And then once I graduated, I was like, well, now I'm actually making money. So that was one of the big reasons I wanted to quit, was because it's fucking expensive. So once I graduated, I was like, well, now I have a job. I'm making money. I can afford it. Because I never really wanted to actually quit. So it was just like me saying that I was going to didn't have any backing. Just because I say I'm going to, I am a stubborn person. So a lot of times when I say I'm going to do something, I'll go out of my way to actually prove that point and actually make it happen. But when I said I was going to quit when I graduated, it was just like, why am I quitting? I don't want to yet. I still want to do it. The reason that I ended up actually quitting is there's obviously all these news reports of kids with, I think first it was a kid had a stroke who was like 16 or 17. Then a kid had his lung collapse. And then both of those I kind of wrote off because, as we'll discuss a little bit later, I have reasons for writing those off. The reason that actually made me want to quit was this YouTuber named Nuda. Some of you guys might know him. He was a Call of Duty trick shotter, and then now he's just like a funny dude. So he is a big pro. He's very for juuling. I can't fucking think of the word. But he's super, in all his videos, all his streams, he's juuling the entire time. He ended up tweeting out a few days ago that one of his friends had developed glass-like shards in his lungs from juuling and that he was quitting, which that for me, seeing someone who I would assume was juuling more heavily than me and was as addicted to it as I am, was instantly just like, oh, I'm not going to fucking juul anymore. This is what it's doing. My friend literally went to the doctor and was like, I have glass-like shards in my lungs. We need to stop this. But the reason I wrote the first two off is because Kyle and our dad has smoked cigarettes for over 55 years. He's 71 now and started when he was like 15 or 16. So he has a long time of smoking cigarettes. So my thought process for the first two people who had the stroke and their lungs collapse, I was like, I have good genes. You can have a stroke from any type of nicotine. You can have your lungs collapse from any type of smoking, whether that's cigarettes or nicotine or anything like that. So I was just like, why the fuck is this a problem? Like, just because some 16 and 18-year-olds who don't have fully developed lungs right now are having issues, I have good genes and my lungs are fully developed. So that's why I was hesitant to actually stop until something ended up happening to the friend of someone who I believed was in the same caliber as me.
Also, what I'm thinking is like, yeah, we have that going for us. We have good lungs, and there's always going to be stories of people doing any type of thing and they get a heart attack. Like, something I don't like about like weed smoker or anti-weed is it's like to be said that no one dies from weed. But then at the same turn, died from weed means overdose on weed. However, there's countless of people that smoke too much and have seizures. But why is that written off? Because they're prone to seizures. So then it doesn't count.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, these people are prone to their blood vessels expanding too much, which is why you have a stroke or a heart attack. These people have weak cardiovascular systems, which is why their lung collapsed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck this.
Nicotine makes your blood vessels contract, and you have your blood vessels contract, and then it causes a lot of problems if you have problems with your cardiovascular system. Nicotine can really affect it. But if you don't have a problem with that, then nicotine doesn't really do much to you.
Which part of it did scare me. I have asthma and a heart murmur. So asthma, everybody knows what asthma is. It's just trouble breathing. And then heart murmur is I have an irregular heartbeat, which a lot of people have until about the age of 4. And then usually it goes away on its own. Mine ended up staying and I still have it, which doesn't happen to most people. But basically it's just an irregular heartbeat. And when my heart speeds up too much. It skips beats, which isn't a direct problem right away, but
yeah, medically it's not significant.
yeah,
but
if it's skipping
things.
beats, it's
right.
Constantly it'll be a problem. So I also went through a period of heavy caffeine use where I drank Red Bulls every day, which is part of my addiction. So I'd say my main addictions were nicotine, alcohol, caffeine, and masturbation. I'm not even shitting you, bro. I beat my meat so many times. I probably go 2 or 3 times a day.
I feel like masturbation goes on to my point of saying that we are an obsessive.
Yeah,
we have obsessive personality, and things become habitual.
Yeah, and I'm like addicted to. I'm one of the happiest people I know.
Just like how I don't crave the Juul. Everything, all my addiction is habitual. So after I eat, before I go to bed, when I wake up, which is also addiction because basically everyone that's addicted has a habitual and obsessive personality. So when I am obsessed with things, it becomes more of habitual.
Yeah.
So it's all based on timing.
I crave the Juul when I'm driving and when I'm drunk because that's when I hit it the most.
I think it's all based on timing.
But my point being is, it doesn't matter what it is. You're just, if you're prone to addiction, anything that gives your body dopamine is going to be something that you seek that pleasure.
And yeah, and what something I want to say is, I earlier talked about obsessive personalities, and I said working out and dieting was one of the things that I fell into, and I'm out of it. And sure, like I miss how I looked during it. And Adam said, I wish that I had became obsessed with working out and dieting, but at the same time, anything you do, even if you think that it's healthy, even if it's a healthy thing, like working out and dieting, when it becomes you can't function and you start feeling like shit if you missed a workout that day, and when you feel like you need to work out twice a day and weigh your food out, that's no longer healthy.
Yeah.
So working out and dieting, that's a super healthy thing you can do. But anything, when you become obsessed with it, like our cousin I think it's obviously a genetic thing, and our cousin has recently developed dieting as one of her obsessions, which we all go through in our family with an obsessive personality. And she has, I think, what I had, body dysphoria, where you see yourself as being bigger or worse looking than you actually are. And I think
I wish I had that.
And I think she's going. You probably
fucking had man titties since 5th grade.
And I think she's going through it right now. And I tried to talk to her about it because I went through the same thing and she was showing the same signs that I did. So hope she gets through it. But regardless, the key is there's nothing important enough in life that you should be obsessed with. Even if it's...
Except for getting pussy.
Yeah. like religion.
Which apparently is a thing.
Yeah.
You can be addicted to sex. I'm addicted to the sexual sensation, which is why I beat my dick so much.
That's what Quagmire and Family Guy is supposed
I was
to be.
thinking in Weeds. I don't even remember his name. I haven't watched Weeds in forever. But they... Yeah, in that show, that's...
You can be obsessed with anything, and it could be good. It could be great in small doses. It's just like religion. There's people that become obsessed with it, and it's really bad for you. Working out, obsessed with it, really bad for you. There's things
just working in general. Some people, I don't understand it. I had this kid in one of my classes.
Like a lot of CEOs are diagnosed self-diagnosed, but are based on the behavior, are in the class of psychopathy, because
is that a fucking word?
Psychopathy.
Yeah.
A psychopath has.
Yeah, no, I got that, but I thought you just made psychopathy up.
No, psychopathy is real. That's a real word. They're diagnosed to be in the realm of psychopathy because of it's a lot to do about their work ethic and their like displacement of of how it affects other people.
Yeah.
Which makes them a psychopath.
I don't even think that nicotine is my worst addiction.
Yeah.
If I'm being like, I crave it like crazy.
Yeah, nicotine is the most obvious one because I think nicotine, regardless of the personality disorder, which I'm gonna call it that because it's something we have.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Everyone has their, and if you're gonna judge, everyone has their own personality disorder. Me and Adam's just happens to be obsessive personality, which can be positive. Like I just said, it happens in CEOs.
I think realistically, my biggest addiction is masturbation. I'm not even shitting you, but I also like, if I go on vacation with my friends and stuff, I won't beat my meat for that entire time, which I don't, it's not like I have any problems, but when I'm home, the thing that releases the most dopamine in me is fucking choking the chicken. Choking the chicken. Yeah, it's definitely choking the chicken.
Yeah.
But I think that my most outward effect-wise addiction is caffeine. I went through a period, I think it was 2 years ago, where I drank a Red Bull every single day. And it was fine when it was happening. I mean, I'm not really supposed to drink Red Bulls because of my heart murmur. It boosts my heartbeats or whatever. But what ended up happening was I had one every single day for like 2 months. And then when I finally stopped, because what was happening was I was going to work, stopping to get a Red Bull, and then going to take a class. So I was working from 10 to 4 and then had class from 6 to 10 every day. And between that time, I was getting a Red Bull. I finally stopped, and I was getting the worst headaches. I couldn't look at any screens. I was going through, like, depressive states. And I told my mom about it. I was like, Mom, I can't look at fucking screens without getting headaches. And everyone in my family besides myself has glasses or in some capacity. So whether it's for reading, whether it's full time, regardless.
Mine is 5.75, mine is 4.25.
I don't even know what that means, but I was the only one that...
I don't know what it means.
I'm the only one that doesn't need glasses, and when I told my mom that I couldn't look at screens without getting the worst headaches in the world, I'm not even someone that gets headaches, but I told her that, and she's like, oh, I think you need glasses, which I thought was what might be happening, so when she said that, I was like, fuck, I don't want glasses. I like not having to worry about anything like that. But the second, so I had only gone a few days without drinking a Red Bull. The second I went back to drinking them, everything went away, and I was just like, holy shit, it's because I'm addicted to caffeine, which I weaned off of. Unfortunately, I would believe that I'm back on it. I haven't had a period where I've quit, but I have been drinking a lot of energy drinks recently, especially now that I've quit juuling, because whenever I have cravings, I satisfy it with something. So I'd like to be what I satisfy it with to be exercise, but when I'm at work, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? Drop and give myself 30 push-ups on the floor in my office? No, I have a Red Bull sitting there. I'm going to drink the fucking Red Bull.
I got addicted to amphetamines.
I don't even know what that is.
Adderall.
No, that's bad.
Which is prescription grade meth. If y'all...
How could we get children hooked on meth? Oh, I don't know. Let's give it to the kids who already have mental issues. And
I know I have self-prescribed ADD. 100% have it. I'm very aware of it. If I looked up ADD and what it is, 100% have it. I used to push my mom to get an Adderall prescription because I know that I can 100% get it because I know I 100% have ADD. However, in college, I realized I had ADD for a long time. Then I went to college and all my friends had ADD medication without having ADD. So they got it and they didn't use it. And they would sell it to me for super cheap. And I started out using it, and I was like, this helps me so much. Because ADD medication, for people that don't have ADD, cracks them out. For people that do have ADD on low dosages, helps them be normal. And for a while, it helped me in school. and it made me feel normal, and I didn't constantly run in my mind. Then my addictive personality came in, and I was getting it for so cheap, and I started getting a lot of it, and all my friends had multiple bottles of it, and they would just give it out to me for basically nothing. So I started getting a lot and taking a lot, and then I got addicted to the high, which is basically taking meth. If you take a bunch of Adderall is an amphetamine. What is meth? Methamphetamine. Adderall is basically low-grade, prescription-grade methamphetamine. So basically, I became a meth head. We can put my Instagram in the description, and I guarantee that if you look at my Instagram... Adam, can you stop doing that?
Sorry. At this point, I've already peeled off most of the label off this bottle, so I just had to finish it.
All right. You can look at my Instagram, and you can see when I was taking so much Adderall that when I took a shower, I would refuse to take a shower because the water touching my body made me super uncomfortable, because I would go to sleep at like 4 a.m. on Adderall, and it didn't matter because I would wake up at 8 a.m. and pop a bunch more Adderall, and I wouldn't be tired anymore, but I couldn't shower because it would freak me out to be in a shower, so I would go weeks without showering.
That's disgusting. Your pussy probably smelled like fart.
And my hair was greasy as shit. I was breaking out a ton. My eyes were constantly dilated, and you can see it in Instagram pictures. Because I would...
We're not going to plug your Insta.
For like a year, I was addicted to it. And, yeah.
It's a fucking scary road to go down.
What? That's something that I'm proud of myself for getting off of. And that was something that had tons of cravings. And even I got through, and what's crazy is people like to take Adderall for finals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I got through this semester's was the first final week I've done in college. Because starting college with my Pledge Brothers got addicted to Adderall and Vyvanse, any amphetamine.
Never done an amphetamine.
And this finals week was the best I've performed, and I think it was because...
So don't do drugs, you bitches!
I think it was because I wasn't constantly on Adderall the entire month prior, and it was the best I did. And you know what? As we're diving into a deep topic, I think we're ready for another segment of... Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
Hell yeah, we need to. It got a little too deep right
We'll
there.
lighten things up.
Yeah, lighten it up. Chug for 5 seconds. Once again, pause this shit if you don't got alcohol within arm's reach.
Go run and get it.
If you're not a legal age or you're driving or something, obviously don't fucking drink.
Always
right
drink
now.
responsibly. Never drink and drive.
Facts. Drink. Gross.
Woo.
We ran out of natties and I'm drinking a fucking Bold Rock right now.
Those are gross.
Yeah, it tastes like a
Too
pear
much
just fucking came in a bottle and that's what I'm drinking.
A pear jerked off as much as you do and put it
Hell
all into a
no.
bottle.
A pear would die if it jerked off as much as I do, bro.
Shrivel up.
I hope I have swimmers. You make like 100,000 sperm every hour or some shit.
No, that's not how sperm works.
Yeah, it is.
Well, no, but I'm saying that's not how sperm works.
But I wouldn't be surprised one day if I'm trying to have a kid.
You can jerk off a shit ton in one day and then bust a nut into a girl and nothing's gonna happen.
I just want to say one thing. That story of the dude who beats off like 56 times or something and dies, it's fake. That's not a real story. I just want to point that out because every time I talk about how much I beat my dick, people are like, oh, you could die. I'm like, no, the fuck you couldn't.
Yeah.
Only thing that could happen is I could rub my dick so raw it bleeds, you motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. But yeah, no, like you can't, because dudes don't have it, because women have a...
Whammon.
Yeah.
It's a fake species, by the way. There's only men. Men and men without penises.
So whammon, we had to respect them at all costs, bro. That wasn't very respectful to the whammon, and that's We gotta respect them at all costs.
I already respect them. I pee the same way as them. I sit when I pee. Fun fact.
He does.
Yeah, it's easier.
I can confirm.
It's easier, and I don't have to worry about splattering everywhere.
So women have a set amount. When you're born, you have
Women
a set
rule the world.
amount. Obviously, they have vaginas. Women have a set amount.
Men like to believe they do, and media likes to portray men as the powerful ones. Give me any man in the history of ever, and I'll give you a woman that controlled him, besides, like, Gandhi.
Gandhi was... Yeah, unless you're not getting pussy. A girl
Gandhi was
controls
controlled by the pussy of whatever he believed in. Salvation.
you. Yeah.
Salvation was a woman. You've heard it here first, folks.
Hey, enough about Gandhi, because neither of us knows anything about Gandhi.
I know his name was Mahatma Gandhi, or that was one of them. I think there was multiple Gandhis.
like Hitler. We're gonna go on powerful.
Hitler shot himself. He had no power.
Hitler. You have to acknowledge that Hitler had a ton of power.
Yes.
It was horribly used, but who did Hitler kill himself with?
His wife.
Yeah, and
His wife was the mastermind behind the whole shit.
that's what I'm saying. No one gives her credit. No one shits on her. You think Hitler did it all on his own? Nah, that bitch was probably way more psycho than he was. Because pussy rules the world.
Hold up. Now that we're talking about women...
Wait,
let me just ask one
about my
question.
statement. So yeah, keep going.
What? So a lot of my friends are like, oh, my wife can't make more money than me. What's your opinion on that? Do you have to be the breadwinner of the family?
I would like to be.
Whew. I wouldn't. If there is any fucking sugar mamas out there listening to this podcast, I'd love for my future wife to make more fucking money than me.
Here's the thing.
I hope that my future wife's a fucking billionaire and I don't have to do shit for the rest of my life.
Yes. Here's the thing. If my wife has an opportunity to make a ton of money, I don't ever want to be a stay-at-home dad.
Ooh,
That's my thing.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, see, I don't have that. I don't think I would function well. I think I need to work, and and for my own sanity, I would like to work and make a ton of money. But if my wife is working and makes a buttload more than me, I don't mind that. As long as I'm making a lot of money, then fine. She can make more money than me, but I don't ever want to be in a relationship.
You don't want to be taken care of.
Yeah, I don't want my wife to be the breadwinner.
I mean, I'd assume that I'm not going to be taken care of, but that would be best case scenario.
We can both bring home the bread.
If I got a cougar who had
she can make more money than me, but I don't want to be like. I would feel emasculated.
If I got to fucking chill at home all day while my wife brought home millions of dollars.
If my wife was making
I'd die a
millions
happy
of dollars,
fucking man.
I would want to keep a high-paying job, and I would want us to split the cost, everything evenly, and I would want to split the cost of daycare.
And then you quote unquote accidentally kill her, so you get all her millions.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, baby! That's what's up. I do want to
upgrade.
I want to bring up one thing though before we end this podcast. The reason why I wanted to do this topic is, like we said, our dad has smoked cigarettes for over 55 years. He is 71, and within the last 6 days, or 7 days now, Saturday was 5 days, so it's 7 days now.
This is 1 week.
Has not smoked a cigarette. He was told by his doctors that if he continued,
then bad things would happen.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. So at 71, it's like you're going to have, at this point, if you keep doing it, it's going to be irreversible. So.
And he's been told this stuff, but this time he finally really stuck with it. And we are so goddamn proud of him as his kids. We've both lived our entire life sitting in the back of the car with cigarette smoke blowing into our mouths. We know his routines. It's just
he wakes up, smokes.
It's just been a part of our life that dad smokes.
And it's been a week without it.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's been a week of him being a strong motherfucker, and that's a role model and a half.
Especially us giving up a jewel at least. I'm like, holy shit, how is he doing this? Yeah. I've only done it for 2 years, and he has been 55 years, 56 years, so That's why I wanted to do this episode.
Yeah.
Is just to prove to these people, whatever you're fucking addicted to, since he was 16, he's been smoking. He is 71 now, and he is quitting. If he can do it, you can fucking do it, no matter what it is. Like we said, it doesn't even have to be something negative. It could be something positive, but if it's ruining your life in any way, slow down.
If you're obsessed with it.
Yeah, slow down.
It could be a positive thing, and you think it's positive.
If it's exercise, it's not like quit exercising. It's just be aware of yourself. Be aware of what is happening to you.
If it's exercise and dieting, give yourself the goddamn cheat day.
Yeah.
If you don't work out one day, it's not the end of the world. If you go to if it's Christmas, which was when I realized I was obsessed, when it would be like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I would have nothing on my plate. When it's those types of days, just fucking eat.
Ball out, motherfuckers.
Yeah, just let yourself live. Enjoy life. That's the biggest takeaway. Enjoy life. Don't care so much.
Well, don't get into that space, because if we're talking about not caring so much, then I would drool all the time and die at a young age.
No, but set some boundaries. Set boundaries for yourself, but let yourself
enjoy life, knowing that you're going to live to a ripe age of at least 80.
Enjoy life, but let yourself live to a ripe age. But live to that ripe age.
You're going to have fucking kids one day. You're going to have grandkids one day. What do you want them to have? Some person who can't speak without pushing a button on their throat,
right,
or without being drunk, or whatever it is that you're addicted to? Fucking live your life for other people. You don't live your life for yourself. I mean, you do, but make sure you're happy. But I'm going to speak some wisdom right now. When you die, you're not going to give a fuck. You know who's going to care? Your mom, your dad, your siblings, your friends, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend. The people who are still on this earth are going to be the ones who fucking care.
So in reality, you're not living your life for yourself, because you don't matter. But
while you're here, make yourself happy, but know that.
And you want to know what does matter?
A ton of people care about you.
What does matter to you? But you know what does matter? What does matter? Everyone in your life. Not anything else. Let's end this podcast.
All right, so that's going to be it. Thank you for watching episode 2 of our podcast. If you guys have any subjects that you want us to talk about, any topics you want us to bring up, go ahead and let us know in the comments. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying these, and we will see you guys next Saturday. If you're not already subscribed to this, I think we're going to figure out how to upload to Spotify, so I guess I don't even know what you do on Spotify, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. And hopefully you guys have a great rest of your week until next Saturday when we upload again. Later, bitches.
See you later, guys.